Hi, this is Keith Curtis with more things I have discovered. As a believer in Jesus, you have more power than you can possibly imagine. In John 14:12, Jesus said, "He who believes in me will do the works that I do also, and he will do greater works than these." Well, let's see what we're talking about here. Jesus was in Galilee, his old stomping grounds, attending a wedding in the town of Cana. Now, weddings in those days were a big deal. It was considered a bit of a holiday for the whole village and often went on for days. Consequently, the wine eventually ran out, and it was Jesus who there performed his first miracle by turning water into wine. At the pool of Bethesda, Jesus healed a paralytic who had been that way for 38 years by simply speaking to the man, saying, "Get up, pick up your mat, and walk." Another man, blind since birth, was given his sight by Jesus. And in John chapter 11, we read the account of Jesus raising a man named Lazarus from the dead. Now, someone will say, "Yeah, but that was Jesus. He was the Son of God." Well, let's look again at what he said in John 14:2. "He who believes in me will do the works that I do also, and he will do greater works than these." Wait a minute. Are you saying that we can just go around and perform miracles? No, I'm not. But I am quoting Jesus. We live in a time of great unbelief, but so did Jesus. He was opposed not only by the political system, but also by most of the established church. And yet, he went about doing good and teaching the importance and power of faith. Faith is a trendy word today, but when used, it's commonly referring to faith in other people or faith in yourself. But Jesus wasn't speaking of random faith. He was speaking of the faith that pleases God and performs miracles. If you're a believer in Jesus, you have his faith. Not faith in God, but the faith of God. That's Ephesians 2:8 and 9. Jesus' faith was powerful and pure because he always listened to his Father and, in fact, did nothing except he first consulted with his Father. So understand this. The more you search the Word, the more pure and powerful your faith becomes. Romans 10:18 says, "So then faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the Word of God." And faith isn't just saying you believe. It is putting into action what you believe. That's what James was talking about in chapter 2 when he said, "Faith without works is dead." He wasn't saying that works produce faith, but that true faith will result in good works. The early disciples got hold of this truth and were casting out devils, healing the blind and lame, and setting people free with the good news of the gospel. And they did this not to prove they had faith in Jesus, but because they had faith in Jesus. This kind of faith is unlimited, life-changing power. With things I've discovered, this is Keith Curtis.